Well, good morning. Here we are at Austin International Airport. 5:30 is when I got here. 6 a.m. now. Got a little 45-minute wait before we start boarding. It's kind of quiet this early in the morning. Kind of nice to fly. So I'm going to show you just a little bit about how I got to the High Sierra Trail, since there's not much information out there on the internet. And got my coffee ready, and pretty stoked. Don't think I'll be sleeping much on the plane. We'll show you a little bit of how I get there, but there'll be a lot more about the trip as it goes. But kind of my little journal. All right, see you guys in a little bit. So I landed here in San Jose, California, with a short, hour and a half layover in San Diego. So gonna go get my rental car. Sorry about the video. So here we are in San Jose, California. I got my rental car, nice little SUV, Chevy, not even sure which one it is. I drive a pickup truck. Thanks to REI here in San Jose for providing some much needed propane or butane for my little camp stove, since you can't fly with that. Something you guys need to be aware of. I didn't know that till I was given that hint later on by a fellow hiker. Luckily I didn't have to unpack my entire bag. No, I'm not driving. I'm parked in the parking lot by REI. You can kind of see the building there in the background. Anyhow, so on to the about 2.5 hour drive down to Visalia, and then head on over to Lodgepole so I can get my permit for tomorrow, and head back, turn the rental car in, go to the hotel that I rented in Visalia, and that's about it. So, all right, see you in a little bit. So real quick, I'm stopped here at a stoplight, and not driving, obviously. And so I looked at the GPS, and it's 4.5 hours, not 2.5, but that's all right. It's some pretty awesome country. I got the window down. Check out some of the hills. Pretty cool, actually. They're on both sides as you drive through this valley. Kind of cool. So anyway, it's worth driving to take a look especially when you're from Texas and everything's flat. Well, not everything. We got a couple speed bumps. But anyway, talk to you guys later. So here we are driving up. I think we are climbing real quick in elevation. I'm showing about 5,100 feet elevation, but some of the cool rocks and stuff on the side of the road that's cut out for the road. And this is what my view is. Pretty phenomenal. Getting pretty excited.
Alright, so here we are, High Sierra Trail. I've already taken a couple iPhone videos. I don't think I'm in the first 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in. Got some phenomenal, outstanding views. I know I keep using that word, of the country behind me, as you can see. I'm completely floored. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I grew up in the mountains in New Mexico. This is not even close to the same. This is what I keep looking at while I'm looking at you guys. That's just crazy. I don't care what you call it. That's cool. Later. So this is cool. This is way better than that view back there. It's gonna keep getting better, I think. See the people on the top of that dome over there? That's pretty cool. We'll see if we can zoom in. Going up in the mountains. So here we are walking a little bit, a few switchbacks, a little bit of time into it. So definitely a big difference between walking in Texas and hiking here. Anyway, so I stopped to see a pine cone that I told my boys about. Figured I'd show you guys. Let me switch this around and I'll show you. So that's what I'm talking about. And I got size 11 shoes. As I'm getting the pine cone from right up in here, I look up and man, that's just awesome. Big old pine trees, granite faces. And we continue our walk. Pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. Definitely feeling the elevation, but not too bad. It's, 7,000 feet right here. But I can feel it with my body as opposed to walking at 600 feet above sea level. But man, what a view. So all's going good. Made it into the first water. It's pretty, had my hand in it for a little bit. It's cold. And man, filtered even, it's phenomenal. Better than that store-bought stuff. So here you can see a little bit of it running off. You can see part of the trail. And there you can see coming down. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Until next time. So here I am taking a little break. Looks like I'm about 7,500 feet. Man, the views are just phenomenal. I keep saying that. I'm sorry. I'll try to use a different word, get better vocabulary, but I mean, they're gorgeous. They're absurd. I'm trying to think of different words. So anyway, I'm just sitting here leaning against this granite rock and taking a view at this. Nice cool breeze. Not too windy. A little bit of smoke in the air from the fires right now in California. They're nowhere near here, but you get the idea. Pretty amazing. Hey, look, didn't use phenomenal. There's where we're going. It's about 4:30, about 7,500 feet, and I think I got about 2 to 3 miles left to Bear Paw. We're all set up camp, so I ought to be able to make it before dark. Hate getting started late, but you know, that's kind of how it worked out. I'll go over that later when I'm in my tent, and I can explain to you guys a little bit about how I got up here and kind of the issues that I had. Till then, I better get walking. So anyhow, yeah, this is Bear Creek. I couldn't quite make it to Bear Paw due to the 1 o'clock start. Yeah, I probably walked a little slower than I should have. Lots of pictures, lots of videos, either with the phone or with the GoPro. But yeah, it's pretty outstanding, incredible, whatever word you want to use. I just can't think of enough words of the place. It's really great to be out here, you know, and to be able to relax. And you know, pushing myself to Bear Paw. I met some other hikers that were trying to do up to Whitney and back in 3 days, which is crazy. Yeah, the mosquitoes are good out here. And they were coming back. They didn't quite make it. And so they said, yeah, you should probably stay at Bear Creek. There's a bear box, and it's less dusty than Bear Paw. So as you can see, it's pretty set up. I could probably have a fire I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood tonight. I think I'm going to set up camp. I've already wrecked my bag looking for the mosquito repellent and apparently didn't get my face. So didn't have that out on the outside like I should have. But anyway, so yeah, this is it. This is home for tonight. Speaking of home for tonight, how about that? My own little pool. That's cool. So as you can see, the sun's still pretty good. Getting dark in these canyons, but it's 6:30. I have been tossing around in my head whether I'm gonna camp here tonight or try to truck on to Bear Paw. I think what I'll do is go ahead and get me something to eat. I didn't eat lunch. I don't know why I was pointing the GoPro that way at something that wasn't interesting. But yeah, I'll get me something to eat, get a good night's rest. I didn't sleep well in the hotel last night, pretty excited and anxious. So hopefully I can get myself a good night's rest and get up, 4 or 5 in the morning and do an all-dayer. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. And I can either get to one of my next 2 choice spots. So there we go. Had a couple deer in the camp a minute ago. They didn't seem to be bothered too much by me, but hard to believe all that fit in there, and kind of overpacked, but that's all right. Hopefully we can eat enough tonight to make up for some of that overpacking. But that's it. See you later. All right, good morning. Slept pretty well. I was on a little bit of a hill, so that air-up mattress and sleeping bag and pillow kind of slid around all night, so it woke me up 2 or 3 times. I think the last time I woke up was 11:45, briefly, just to readjust. The moon came through at one point, almost like a flashlight on the tent, so I opened the tent just to look around. Full moon. But anyway, I think the last time I woke up was 11:45, and then woke up at 5:45, said, yep, this is good time. It's now 6:25. I've made my coffee. I've broke down my camp for the most part. Just got to put the sleeping bag up. But hey, I want to show you guys a cool trick. So you hear the creek in the background. You're not allowed to wash dishes, within a certain distance of running water. So I've got a cool trick that I don't even do dishes. Sounds funny, but so here you see my breakfast, right? A couple Nutri-Grain bars, couple coffees, and then 2 packs of oatmeal, right? Maybe a Cliff Bar in there as well, that I can, put in my pouch if I'm not that hungry that morning. And in that, basically what I do is I boil up some water, I let it cool down just a hair. I take the 2 bags of oatmeal, after I empty everything else out in here, take the 2 bags of oatmeal and put them directly in the Ziploc. Rather than having a bowl to eat from, I've now got the Ziploc bag that I used for all my breakfast stuff. So pour the water in there, doesn't melt through as long as you can withstand the water in your hand. Be careful, you don't want to pour boiling water in your hand, but in the little bag, the oatmeal bags measure it out for you, right? They say pour up to this dotted line, right? So as long as you can withstand holding on to that water, that's about just right where it won't melt through the Ziploc. Works really well. Anyway, I'm gonna get eating and get myself filled up on water and head out. I've got about 2 miles till I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes like crazy. About 2 miles till Bear Paw. We're gonna truck it through.
We're going to be doing a lot of miles today. Hopefully we can get it all wrapped up, and I'll be showing you guys some incredible views along the way. I know you guys don't like seeing me, I'm sure, so I'll show you around. Again, here's the nice little camp that I've set up, and nothing attacked me all night long. What a miracle. Later. And apparently this deer, as I'm packing up my bag, decides to come on and join me real quick. All the videos you see of these deer getting real close to the camps, well, this is not zoomed in, because there's the campfire, there's my bag, there's the deer. So they really don't mind the campers and hikers out here. Pretty cool. Alright, so right before I head out, I just wanted to show you guys the nice refreshing little 9 Mile Creek here, where I'm filling up my water. You know, it's pretty amazing, and it goes all the way up there. I can't zoom in, but man, it's trickling off that mountain way up there, coming way down, running through the water, through the rocks, excuse me. How people would put their feet in this, I don't know. My hands were in it 2 seconds, about froze off. Cold water, but man, it's awesome. Anyway, all right, check back in a little bit. All right, all packed up, looked around the camp, haven't left any traces of me being here. It's all gone. That's the way we want it. You know, we don't want to come into each one of these camps and see where other people have been. But anyway, I figured I'd walk a little bit with the GoPro. Not on me. I know you guys don't want to look at me the whole time, so enjoy. You might hear me grunt and puff and everything else. There's my deer that decided to join me for breakfast, apparently, or packing up. 7 a.m. Good start. If you were wondering what that was on the top of my backpack, solar panel from REI. The Goal Zero. Feeling good, refreshed. Legs feeling good.
Still about 7480, close to 7,500 feet. Really, that's why I'm not breathing hard. I haven't really changed much elevation. Kind of a straight walk, which is nice. Give me some distance before I get a challenge. I know that the hike from Hamilton to Lakes to Precipice is going to be naughty. But it's alright, we'll be okay. I was looking at the topo on that. Those lines are almost so close together, they're almost touching. That's a steep mountain. And the elevation changes quick, right? So as I get down to the bottom of this canyon from 9 Mile Creek, it's a pretty much straight drop, and there's another bear box right where the trail marker is here. Another trail goes up the canyon, another one goes around, or that way. And so if you get to 9 Mile Creek and think that it's starting to get dark and you don't know how much farther you can make it, well, it's downhill the whole way, by the way, to this next bear box. So could get you another 3/4 of a mile, I guess, farther. I could have done that, but fresh water down here, obviously. Anyway, just letting you know. So I just came out of that draw that I was talking about. It didn't last long. Started coming uphill. There's a little bit of a booger, not bad. So I think I'm at 7,800, I think is what my altimeter said. And I guess part of why my judgment on distance was off was because I thought it was 8 miles to Bear Paw. But as you can see, it's actually 11 miles to Crescent Meadow. So my judgment was off, and that's why I camped. I think about 8.5 miles in, so that judgment was right. The judgment of the distance was off. So anyway, you have I'll put the picture the right way because I took a picture of it because it's not in the flipped around video on my iPhone. I'll put that up so you guys can read it. But yeah, 11 miles. We're 11 miles in. That's pretty good distance, I think. Here come the mosquitoes for 8:30 in the morning. Just passed 2 groups already headed down. I'm guessing they came from Bear Paw. I didn't ask. Yeah, mosquitoes are coming in fierce. Nothing to eat up here, as you see. Anyway, the young lady, asked me if I was going to Hamilton
I said, yeah, preferably, if not precipice. She said Hamilton, no problem. Precipice, good luck. So we'll see what happens. I'd like to knock some extra miles off today. It's a little less stressful when you can get a few extra miles in, considering yesterday I only did, 8 to 9. But anyway, here's the top of the ridge line. And I guess the campground for Bear Paw, from what that other picture, the one I didn't show you, said, campground 0.1 mile. Also, Redwood Meadow 4.8 miles down that same path. So down this trail here is the campground, 0.1 mile, and that's the High Sierra camp that way. So that's the camp you got to reserve ahead of time. I did call or got online back when I got my reservations. They were completely booked. Go figure. But why am I out here to stay in a nice camp and eat supper, dinner, whatever everybody calls it, on a nice porch and everything else? Nah, I'll stick with my Mountain House meals. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys in a little while. rock face to eat on a pine cone, and this pine tree decided it wanted to go around. First time I've seen a pine tree do that around the face of a rock. Pretty neat. Oh yeah, and the view from here, I mean, I can hear tons of water down there if I'd shut up and quit talking to you guys.
Nothing like a scene like this to make you completely, utterly the smallest thing in the world. Alright, so I got my change of battery. That last battery I was charging last night didn't charge so well. Hence the reason for the solar panel, so I can charge all day today as I'm walking. So I came down from Bear Paw. It's I think Bear Paw, where I took that last video on the iPhone, is probably about 7,800 feet, and I'm dropped down to, sorry about the GoPro, 7,300 down here where the bridge is. That's on everybody's video, so I had to put it on mine too. But new SD card, micro SD card, new battery, should last me a while. I just wanted you guys to see some of this behind me. It is crazy views. And now you're gonna see the creek and the bridge that everybody talks about crossing. But look at that. Well, let's do it. From what I understand, Hamilton Lake's only you know, about 2.5-3 miles up, but I hear it's a bit of a booger, so it's still only 9:30. Doing great on time. You see some other hikers coming on down. They probably just day camped up there. Just passed a young lady that was really nice, telling me that she did from here to Hamilton yesterday afternoon and still made it, although extremely exhausted. But anyway, so from 9 Mile Creek to this crossing took me, what, 2.5 hours? Not bad. Mostly downhill, except for that first stretch for the 1.5 hours. So here you go. And the bridge, the infamous bridge that collapsed. So anyway, there you go. So that's the valley that I came from. That's the trail that wrapped around. Got some of those panoramic views. Goes to right about there. A little farther, you can see it down in there. Then it goes down to the famous bridge that you can barely see down there. I've done 2 or 3 switchbacks, and making my way up that canyon. Nice waterfall up there at the top. Hopefully the trail goes by it. I'd like to see that. Pretty cool. But there you go. Definitely a workout. The maps don't do this climb justice, that's for sure. 7,500 feet now. I think I was at 73 down by the bridge, but man, look at that. Oh, check in a little. So came across this little feller. Didn't really strike me as scary, but man, he's mean. Look at that. Boy, he's just not having it. He doesn't want anything close by. But as you see, what I'm scaring him with, the end of my pole, that's a tiny little guy. Boy, he's not mad, is he? Alright, well, let's leave him alone. He was striking some rocks and everything. He was like, anything that was in his way, he was mad. Cute little feller. Non-venomous. just wanted to show you what you're faced with coming up from that bridge. Not a lot of video on this, but you can see the path. And again, there's the trail on the other side. Saw those three guys, nice guys, that I passed down at the bridge. And yeah, there's still the path that I'm going. Really faintly see the trail line over there that I gotta go. But yeah, a lot of work done to make these paths. Thank you to those of you that did that. But man, you can see the poles trying to hold up the granite so it doesn't become a unstable surface. Still got to watch your step. I mean, it's not a pretty sight off the other side. Anyway, I think that there's not many videos on this portion. Everybody's so tired to think about videoing it that you don't get much. But man, you got to stop every now and then. Just take a look around. Taking a break anyway, man. So from the bridge down there, way down there, right there, 7,300 feet, to where I'm at right now, 76.5. Told you, it's a beast. But man, the smoke's clearing off. Phenomenal views. I said the word again, but it's nothing but. Look at that. I think my backpack's rubbing raw on my shoulder. I adjusted it where the weight's distributed right, but I think the pack's just rubbing. So we'll have to take a look at that when we get to camp. But from that bridge down there to Hamilton, up that canyon, 2.4 miles. Doesn't sound bad at all. Make sure you plan accordingly. I'll let you guys know how long it took me to get there. Videos, breaks, etc. But here you go. Nice path. So apparently, I was a knucklehead. Wasn't paying attention to my map. Didn't get lost, but there's the trail I came up. That one I told you a minute ago about going to that waterfall, that's the Theodore Solomon Trail. High Sierra Trail goes up this canyon. Hamilton Lake's up that way. Anyhow, check it out. Really pretty little oak grove. Some of the oak trees going through here. They look pretty healthy. Not too worried to drop off. It's a pretty wide trail, so that's the only reason I'm videoing right now. But this is coming back off of those switchbacks going up that granite face. Now I understand why it had to go so high. Now I dropped back down about 100 feet in elevation on a few other switchbacks, and nice easy straightaway. But kind of gives you an idea. And I think I saw a glimpse of the infamous waterfall that I see on so many videos. Again, oh, nice little black lizard. No, never see this portion of the trail on anybody's videos. Don't know if it's boring. I don't think so. Or if people are tired, or they just got a goal in mind. I don't know. Maybe day 3, or maybe actually today. I may be so tired myself. I stopped doing any of these videos. We shall see. Until then, man, a lot of those lizards. Look at that. So, turned on the GoPro. Look at that. Man. Don't know if I'm capturing it right, but still in the backpack. But man. Look at that. Just wanted to show you this little creek bed, not creek bed, but draw where the trail comes around. Man, that's a lot of granite cut out. Nothing but straight up above you, and down she goes. And here's my trail. Views the whole. Alright, so I made it to the waterfall just below Hamilton Lake, just at 11 o'clock. So 4 hours from 9 Mile Creek to here. I think I'm doing good on time. I think Hamilton Lake is just above me. It's going to be quite the climb up, but I'm trying to take this video with the waterfall in the background and some of these views. Yeah, I'm a little winded, sorry. And the water just going right off the edge. Look at that though. Look at that. Just nothing but straight up. Got a little group behind me. I think I'm gonna water up. And that's it. Just to give you an idea, coming up from the falls, met a couple nice couples, not together, but to give you an idea of that photo I just took, that panoramic, here's the trail I'm walking, and here's this towering over us. Just incredible. Oh man. Oh, you can see the trail way off on the other side going over to Bear Paw. Man. Yeah, from the other side of that trail over there by Bear Paw to here, right at, I think, 4.5 hours with a 30-minute break. So 4 hours. But man, unbelievable. So here we are, just over 8,000 feet. Got our first little lake here. Man, I bet you there's some good trout in there. See a lot of things hitting that water. But man, look at this. Yeah, it's getting a little dark. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. Don't much like walking wet, but I've got some rain gear. There's a trail coming up. It's a booger for those flatlanders like us in Texas. There you go. There's where we're headed. Heading up that way. So coming up out of Hamilton Lake, you cross that creek right there. Kind of difficult to understand, I guess, not until you see the map on the campsites. Then it's pretty self-explanatory. But anyway, does some switchbacks coming on up that granite there, marked with some rock paths. So if it's difficult to figure out, it was for me for a second, but after a while. And that's Hamilton Lake. Man, just crazy. I'm going to try to walk a little bit. I haven't done a whole lot of walking with you guys with the GoPro. just because it's been nothing but uphill. I made it to Hamilton Lakes with a 30-minute break at the waterfall, getting some water, relaxing my legs, in 5 hours, so about 12:20. Maybe closer to 12, so 5 hours roughly. I get it, I'm out of shape, you know. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can do it faster, but anyway, the goal is precipice. I'm hoping, like I said, this cloud cover I'm showing you guys goes away. Well, the cover stays, but the thunderstorms go away. But anyway, so here's the plan to get up to precipice and camp for the night. If I can do that, I kind of make up for the mistake on, apparently I'm showing you guys everything, the mistake on leaving late yesterday. Precipice was kind of pushing day 2, even by the ranger that issued me the park ranger that issued the wilderness permit said, are you sure? So 12:20, I've got 7 hours to get to precipice. My assumption is it's up there. I don't know. I don't even know how this trail is going to manage to get out of this thing. Pretty crazy bowl right here. Hopefully you can see that waterfall coming all the way down from that snow melt. Spectacular views. If you guys don't know about the panoramic views on the iPhone, this isn't a shout out to them, just that feature. But man, I've taken some really, really great panoramic views. I got one of this entire bowl down below, if you'd call it a bowl. But anyhow, trying to hike with you a little bit. Sorry for the shortness of breath. I'm at 8,300 now, and although it doesn't seem steep, it's not, but every step is up. So Stairmaster, yeah, maybe I should have done that. I hiked a trail in Austin, one of the trails. I say hike, again, walk. Look at that. Man, just the green, bluest water you've ever seen. Whew. See some people taking a break. 2 groups, one probably a couple, the other one a guy from UK and a girl from here. Shout out to them. You know, hope you guys do good. They passed me once, same with another guy, just at the falls. They came from Bear Paw, so I passed them this morning, got up early enough, then they passed me. But anyway, I'm ahead of them again. Yeah, I'm gonna edit this part, but note to self, stop being so competitive. It's not a race, I realize that. I'm not trying to race, but I don't like getting passed either. Makes me feel out of shape more than I already do. So I'm sure Dad, boys, whoever else watches this is gonna get a kick out of it, because you guys know me. But anyway, yeah, that one couple there down there on the I'm gonna stop showing you me. That other couple that's down there on the shoreline, they're gonna camp here, and then they're going to drop off their gear, and they're gonna make it up to Cahuilla Gap, they said, tonight, and back down, excuse me, because they're dropping their gear here, camping here tonight. Good luck to them. More than likely they'll pass me again. But anyhow, this is the nice hike coming out of Hamilton Lake. This is just amazing. This big of a lake up here in the middle of nowhere. And I'm guessing I'm going somewhere over that. Yeah, we knew what happened last time I guessed. But anyway, haven't done a whole lot of GoPro videos. I'm probably going to regret doing so much on the iPhone, just because this is 1080. You know, I could probably choose a higher setting for video performance, but it takes up a lot more space. So with no sun, I also am getting no charging with my solar panel. So might not have much video and photos for you guys tomorrow. Going over the gap. I'll try to save my phone. I did bring an S6 Active because it was waterproof. Yeah, catching my breath again. It's got a full charge. Probably if my iPhone gets down to 15% or so, it's about 33. I'll swap over to that for videos and pictures. But look at that. I can even hear that waterfall from here. Don't know if you guys can. Anyway, all right, let me push on. I see the trail up there. Don't know where it goes after that, but I'm sure it's up. Get a laugh out of that. Check you later. Well, I've burned about an hour. I hiked up to, I don't know, that tree there. I stopped for probably 30 minutes. Sprinkling on me, raining. Not really raining, sprinkling mostly. Kind of waiting to see what this cloud does, so I came back down. Everybody else here is already set up. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll clear off. If not, Hamilton Lakes is my camp tonight, which would have been last choice for day 2. I did say Hamilton Lakes or Precipice. Everybody said it was going to be hard to hit Precipice. Well, just weather, so. So, good morning, day 3. Didn't
get a chance to make it all the way to Precipice last night. It rained on us. Cleared, seemed like it was clearing up a little bit, and I had to end up going back down to Hamilton Lake down there, about 1,500 feet elevation below me right now, and stayed there, popped a tent thinking it was going to rain all afternoon. Cleared up. Myself and a guide and her hiker, shout out to Kim and Robert, but we ended up making it up to the tunnel, and it really started thundering once every couple seconds, so we decided to take shelter in the tunnel last night. So that was pretty interesting. Probably not many people sleep there, but it's kind of cool. But Precipice is not too far away. I'm looking at the ridgeline. Just got to do some good push. I left before they did, and we'll see you up at Precipice with some awesome views. Look at that. See you a little bit. Alright, so here's the little lake right below Precipice. That was a hike up, even from the cave, but it's pretty neat. I'm out of breath. That's the end goal. Precipice is on the other side of that little ridge, another 200-300 feet up. We're about 9,800 feet right now in elevation. Feeling pretty good. Taking my time. Heart rate's down, so that's good. I think sleeping at a higher level each time, obviously acclimatization. I can't even think of the word. Anyway, definitely helps. So I'm probably going to edit that part out just because that was stupid. Check out the snow. Still some snow left. Probably one of my last views of Hamilton Lake. You can see that littler lake that I passed under Precipice. The campground down there by the trees where the water goes over. There's the trail. You can see how the trail goes all the way up. So I may not have made it to Precipice yesterday like the intended plan. So I'm off by about a mile every day. I figure I can make that up pretty easily going downhill. Kern Canyon, you know, is going to go back uphill a little bit, but not really. So I was actually happy that I did that section right there last night or yesterday afternoon when the rain stopped and camped in the cave, because I wouldn't have wanted to start it all the way down there at Hamilton Lake this morning. I'd have been spent by the time I got to Precipice. I'm feeling pretty good. You can definitely feel elevation changes, almost 9,900 feet now. But anyway, pretty amazing views. Just a quick shout out to myself. Don't know if you guys can see that with the reflection. Yeah, 10,000 feet. Sweet. Pretty excited. Look at that. Feeling good, but you can feel the elevation for sure. Just taking it nice and slow. Heart rate's not really crazy, but I see people coming up behind me, and those of you that know me know what that means. Trying to kind of push a little bit more. It's not a race, but I just still don't like to be passed. Just my thing. It's me, my own person. But anyway, it's crazy. Sun's up. Finally going to get some charge on my solar panel as opposed to the clouds. I think there's still another 30% chance of rain afternoon. So try to make it to Moraine Lake. Make it over the pass and Moraine Lake. So that way
bunker down and get out of the rain, hopefully. Anyway, see you here pretty quick on Precipice. So, almost 10,200 feet, and finally got to one of the things I really wanted to see on this trip. One of the coolest checkpoints. Look at that. Precipice Lake. And I'm sure that's not all the views we're going to see, but I'm going to get some water. So, here we are. I took some video a minute ago. Might use this one better. But man, about almost 10,200 feet. Precipice Lake was definitely something I wanted to see. Amazing. That color of that granite, man. And just take a look at this water. Some of that water, 3-4 foot deep, easy. Looks like it's only an inch deep. Beautiful. Well, here we are, day 3, about noon. Just wanted to give you some updates, a few things I've left out so far. So it took probably 2.5 hours from the tunnel to Cahuilla Gap. So that was a trek. Wish I had a stair stepper or stair climber, whatever you call those things. I probably would have used it before coming here. Boy, it's plays a toll on your legs. So if you're wondering why I'm all in rain gear, pack covered, yeah, it's raining again. This is supposed to be the last day of it. I'm hoping that everybody's safe over there coming over Cahuilla Gap, because this storm built up and started lightning pretty quick. A few lightning, you can't see most of them. Lots of thunder, but hopefully they're safe. Some of those that were still at Hamilton are barely probably getting up to Cahuilla Gap if they're gonna chance it. So anyway, hope they're safe. So it took a little while. There was lightning right there. A little ways off in the distance, but enough to where I want to sit underneath a tall tree, and hopefully all these other tall trees will, take it. If it lightnings. Anyway, sorry. I'm just sitting here kind of hoping to wait it out. I'll get up every now and then when it seems like it calms down. I'll hike a little bit more. It's probably 11:20 right now.
about 4 miles down from Cahuilla Gap, just past one of the other trails that goes to Five Lakes, I think it's called. On my way to Moraine Lake. If, and I say if, when I hit Moraine Lake, I'll finally be back on track where I wanted to be. You know, if I hit, I mean, that's only 6 more miles. If I can do that in 2 more hours, I mean, shoot, I'll be at Moraine Lake by 1. I may push on down to Kern Hot Springs and stay there and soak for the night. And then that'll knock off another 3 miles. I think it's about 3 miles. So I may do that instead of staying at Moraine Lake. It kind of would probably be nice to soak in the hot springs. But anyway, that's the update. You keep wondering what I'm staring at. I'm looking at all these mountains all around. So you can see behind me, just kind of just sitting down, just relaxing, like taking a load off my legs. But anyway, that's the extent of that. It's real pretty through here. A lot of tall pine trees. Smells really nice, especially after this sprinkle, this little rain that we had. It's awesome. So, all right, I'll check back in with you later. So, as you come out of Big Arroyo Canyon, I think that's the name of the canyon from Cahuilla Gap. Big Arroyo Lake is up there. You know, you think it's a nice trek down the canyon, and yeah, about that. You climb from, I don't know, another 1,000 feet back up again. So that was definitely something I wasn't prepared for. But I do think we're closing in on Moraine Lake. So it was either that or Kern Hot Springs. But man, that view, again, every time I stop to take a break, it's almost like Mother Nature telling me to. Just wanted to show you some of these cool meadows up here in the top before you go down to the lake. But man, big old meadows. And yes, that is snow or ice or sleet or something. It's pretty cold right now. That was that storm we just encountered, and and I hunkered down for about 5 minutes and figured it wasn't going to stop, so I went ahead and pushed on. But yep, anyway, look at the top of that one. Nothing living up there, nothing but slippery rocks. On my way down to Moraine Lake, probably about 1.5 miles out. Look at that. Oh, and then I got this big granite boulder right here. But man, look at that. Tons and tons of high peaks.